greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. Make the haters aggravated, get the spaceship activated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated.
What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to the channel, where you get your crypto news, XRP news, every type of news you can think of within the space. Let's get started into this. What's going on right now? Bitcoin is at, let's see, 98,000 per coin, but XRP is at $1.50. It says the all-time high was 340, so definitely still room to invest. I think it's gonna go even higher than the 340 back in 2018. So what a time to be alive right now, guys. Also, I see XLM. Don't sleep on XLM. It's like his baby brother, baby sister XRP. So as y'all can see right here, XRP and XLM are pretty much going skyrocket, because XLM right now is about 52 cents. Back when it was a dump, everybody was selling, everybody was trying to get out of there. It was 11 cents. All-time high was 88 cents back in 2018. So there's a lot of room for growth here, guys. Please do not wait till it happens. Do not wait till it happens. I do have a couple new followers, new subscribers that has joined the channel, and you want to know where to purchase crypto. Crypto.com is the exact spot to go. This is where I go. You'll see the link in the description below where you're able to start downloading crypto and start stacking your bags, man. Start stacking your bags. It's not too late. These coins we are, projecting and for the forefront to be $5 and up, $100 and up, $200 and up, wherever your imagination can go. Bitcoin is at $98,000, so there's room for growth, right? So I seen this post by Rain. It basically says I work in the trenches every single day, and I've never met anyone building HBAR, anyone building XRP, Hedera, which is HBAR, guys, ADA, which is Cardano, Algorand, which is ALGO. But yeah, like and everything is running 20% plus since I guess his post of this on Twitter. But it's definitely skyrocketing. Things are definitely moving to the direction where our bags are, who's been packing on the decrease. They're definitely looking pretty. They're sitting pretty now. It's not too late to go get in. These coins are still dirt cheap, but just stack your money as you see fit. Do not put your rent in crypto, but put your Chick-fil-A money or your shoes that you were going to purchase, put it into crypto, but dollar cost average. Be smart with it. Be smart. Financial literacy is very important while you're doing this. Do not get head over heels trying to get rich quick. We're doing this for the long haul. We're doing this for our families and generations to come. So it says, boom. Shout out to Jack the Rippler. It says crypto companies, including Ripple, Kraken, and Circle, are pretty much set to President Donald Trump. I mean, he's promised crypto. He's promised crypto to be, the overhaul of the U.S. policy. So XRP is in the forefront. Do not be surprised when XRP jumps from the sixth spot all the way up to the second spot where they deserve, and then potentially to the first spot over top of Bitcoin. Don't be surprised. So let's listen into this. It says the Bitwise CEO Hunter pretty much he's talking about the arrival of Bitcoin's mainstream and how Bitcoin is here to stay and how it will be adopted throughout the entire space and financial space. So don't wait till it happens.
Early epoch of Bitcoin was, you had your developers and your cypherpunks. It was sort of the Wild West. Then we went through these crazy years, as he termed them, 2020 to 2024. Obviously, he was in the middle of that whirlwind of these crazy years. And now he talked about 2024 onward, kind of a period where Bitcoin becomes a bit more normal and where institutions adopt it. Your thoughts on that? Is that what we're moving into at this point?
Absolutely. And I think that this is also, I would say, very standard of new technology adoption. if you think back to, and many people who follow Bitcoin Magazine are probably familiar with this. If you think back to the early history of the PC and the homebrew computing club where Wozniak met Jobs. Yep. And had this idea for a mini mainframe for individuals, a bicycle for the mind. Everyone who had a PC knew how to build a PC and could talk to you about the motherboard and could talk to you about the front side bus on the CPU. And with all technology, you go from a stage where there are passionate people who really care about the details over time to people who just say, how long is the battery life and how much does it cost? Yeah. And in between, it's still the same computer. It still has a CPU, it still has a motherboard, it still has a front side bus memory, but it gets abstracted because for more and more people to engage with the technology, it needs to be simpler. And so I think it's a beautiful thing. I totally agree that there have been eras of the space, and I think that we're entering a new one. And I think that's very exciting and indicative of, Bitwise, our CIO, Matt Hogan, calls it the mainstream era. And I think you can imagine some of the things that you'll see. You'll see simplifications, you'll see adoption by people who maybe know a little bit less about the underpinnings or know a little bit less about the philosophy that brought it from where it was to where it is today, but just see simple elements of it that are really desirable. So I think that is a great sign of progress for any technology.
Yeah. And as I said, we have you to thank because I think the issuance of the ETFs, the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the States was really a turning point for, let's just call it the normalization or the mainstreamization of Bitcoin. How much of a role do you think they played now in maybe this year this is the fourth year MicroStrategy has done this conference in this year, that mentality that you just described, people feeling a little bit more like this thing isn't so much taboo or whatever anymore. I sort of really need to wrap my head around it and understand it. Do you think the ETFs will look back and will sort of say, that was the moment, and was that just coincidence that it sort of happened around the same time, or was that really sort of the catalyst that...
I think that was the catalyst, and if you rewind, there's so much that happens in Bitcoin week to week, but for many years, the Bitcoin ETF, is it coming, when will it arrive, was the main topic, and I think appropriately so. I think, to use an analogy, the Bitcoin ETF launching was almost like the IPO of Bitcoin. If you think about AI today, everyone has heard something, has a view. Is it going to be good for the world? Is it going to be bad for the world? Is OpenAI going to be the winner? Is it going to be Google? I heard they're falling behind. I heard this thing called Claude. And they can imagine maybe some ways it'll be used. But ultimately, as an investor, you don't really have to do much because it's very hard to invest in OpenAI. So people are aware of this category and have heard some things and maybe have a mental model for how it might evolve. But until OpenAI IPOs, analysts and investors don't really have to put pencil to paper on whether they want to own it and what its prospects are.
All right, so I don't want to get more into that. He's already telling me what I already know. Pretty much, guys, this is Hong Kong Monetary Authority. It says central banking institutions of Hong Kong publishes a document about the pilot program. So pretty much, Ripple is the only company on here that is a cryptocurrency company on the document. So it's going mainstream, man. It's going global. It's not going just in your city or in your state. This is around the world. I just said it's Hong Kong. All right, so every bank will use XRP. Listen up to what he has to say, and
those like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're not all the same, right? They're not all created equal. I think what's becoming much more popular in the industry now is more sustainable technologies. So the XRP ledger and XRP is, there's no mining or proof of work or proof of stake involved. So the computational cost of validating transactions is almost zero, right? Very, very low cost and very stable in terms of pricing. Stable coins, again, not all created equal. You have a massive range from the algorithmic type stable coins. We all know the Terra story from a few weeks ago. And then now what we're seeing emerging is, stable coins being issued by regulated entities. So I can't give you the names yet, but there's two projects we're working on, one in the UK and one in the US, working with banks that are regulated who will be issuing stablecoins, and the reserves will likely to be held at a central bank in a central bank account. So very different from the algorithmic stablecoin. We as Ripple work across all of these technologies. And then, of course, you've got central bank digital currencies, which essentially is the highest form of digital currency, right? Issued by the central bank, backed by the central bank, the most secure form. As a company who's working across the payment space, we're embracing all of these. We see they will all play their part in the future of money.
They'll all play their part in the future of money. XRP, know what you guys hold, man. Don't sell because you're excited. Just keep it going. Keep the wave going. Invest and think you're buying a Bitcoin. You got to know what you hold. Know what you're buying. All right, so it says breaking. Donald Trump has selected Scott Bessent, it says, to be the next Secretary of Treasury. Next Secretary of Treasury. I'm sorry. So Scott Bessent says the crypto economy is here to stay. So you can't tell me that this man doesn't know anything about crypto if he's been hanging around Trump. CEO Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, says that it's a perfect pick. XRP. Listen up really quick what Scott Bessent has to say on Fox Business.
I've been excited about the president's embrace of crypto, and I think it fits very well with the Republican Party. The ethos
fits very well.
Crypto's about freedom, and the
level playing field.
Economy is here to stay. The Democrats are running from it because they're trying to wash off the stench of Sam Bankman-Fried and his family's donations to the Democratic Party. So they're willing to take down a whole industry because of bad behavior on their part, bad behavior one actor. And I think that everything's on the table with Bitcoin. And to me, one of the most exciting things about Bitcoin is for a generation of investors who maybe post the great financial crisis have been looking for investment opportunities, or maybe they'd soured on markets. Crypto is bringing in young people. It's bringing in the people who haven't participated in markets, and having a market culture in the U.S. and people believing that markets work for them is a centerpiece of capitalism.
I don't even know what to say. All right. So you guys read more about Scott Bessent. I mean, he's going to be the Treasury Secretary. So pretty much just a little, brief thing. These are articles all about him. You guys can look it up. But he definitely is a CEO of, I think it's called Key Group Capital, if I'm not mistaken. So he definitely has a hedge fund company. It says the Treasury mission is to maintain a strong economy and to promote economic conditions that both enable growth and stability for the U.S. The department is also charged with in charge of managing U.S. finances and combating threats and national security by protecting the financial system's integrity. So you guys can see what his main job is to do, right? And keeping the financial integrity is pretty much crypto to do that. So it's a lot. It's a lot of news. I can't even keep up with the news. There's so much news that's going on here. Make sure you follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with the news and send me some things as well if you want me to show it on the channel. It says news about HBAR, which is Hedera Hashgraph, guys. If you don't know, now you know. Releasing a major technical update or upgrade that will give it more features than ICP later today with details. So definitely keep your eyes on Hedera Hashgraph, because that is something that Ripple and the people at Hedera are partnered together on, doing some type of partnership on trying to explode the crypto space together. Before I let you go, it says the Fed now service partnership with Metal blockchain in a quick fiat and stable conversion marks a major milestone in bridging the barrier between conventional banking and decentralized finance. So I don't want to get all into this, but definitely the Federal Reserve announced the XRP and XLM has potential tools to power the blockchain FedNow payment system. So pretty much that's why I said make sure you know what you guys hold, because this is not just for you and me. This is for banks. Okay, so I want you guys, before I go, crypto explosion, JP Morgan, it says MasterCard and Ripple XRP join Ripple XRP launch a platform. Listen up to this really quick.
Everybody, Crypto Hall, Ripple is going to give you a baby fist. Look at this right here. This is disgusting. MasterCard's joining up with JP Morgan. These are both Ripple partners. They're using the MTN multi-token network, and they're partnering up with the Onyx, JP Morgan Onyx. They changed the name to Connexel. Why is this MasterCard connection important? Because MasterCard's a Ripple partner right there. So is JP Morgan. They already use XRP. Now, what's interesting is the MasterCard is using Standard Chartered in a sandbox. Standard Chartered's a Ripple partner. Standard Chartered's also using Ripple Medico for custody. You also got Project Guardian involved in this. Now, why is Singapore a big deal? Oh, should have known. Ripple Singapore. And they also had physical commodities, securities, fiat. This is from 2015. My name's Crypto Hawk. There's your baby fist moment.
Boom! And then just literally drop the mic. All right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created.